Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and the hits keep coming. This is from Tion Fury at FOURITIAAN. He or she did a tweet to this ErisX announcement, and I will click on that. It's business. The first ever crypto-friendly business account is here. We look forward to welcoming you to the future of business payments. Now, I can't tell you how big this is. One thing that many of you may know is that since this whole digital asset space came about, over the last 5 years, businesses have had the hardest time opening bank accounts. They've been forced to shut down bank accounts. Banks have literally made them leave, not just for businesses, but it's been a personal thing where people's bank accounts have been shut down or not allowed to buy digital assets through the bank accounts. And it's because these banks are so scared. And so what's now happening is you're beginning to see these digital banks open, and then new companies like ErisX are now opening business accounts. And so where this is all going is this is going to be the catalyst. Bank or companies like ErisX, as well as digital only banks that are popping up, are going to force all of the traditional banks' hands, or they will go out of business. As simple as that. But I wanted to show you this. This is the blog post that from that tweet, and here it shows an account to remember. It says, our consumer product drew the attention of crypto enthused businesses who are now looking for similar situations. So far, we've welcomed thousands of applicants who are keen to take advantage of the ErisX business accounts innovative features. I wanted to show you some of these qualities here. It shows you the currencies they're in. You can open imagine this. You can now open an XRP business account. How awesome is that? And it says instant exchange and settlement between crypto and fiat accounts at market leading rates. Crypto trading at over-the-counter rates. Do you see where all this is going, folks? We are the revolution. Digital assets are about to swallow the traditional banking system. And as I showed you earlier today, the reason people like Warren Buffett, who are so invested in the traditional banking system, the reason they're so against this is because they know it represents the banking system's death. Do not be surprised if you see Warren Buffett start to unload some of his banking positions, because he will see this coming. He knows this is not going to go anywhere. Not going to go back in the bottle. The genie's not going back in the bottle, that is. Okay, next. This is from Warren Davidson. This was a tweet from Warren Davidson. Remember, he's the guy that has proposed the Token Taxonomy Act. He says, definitely time, deeds not words on blockchain in Congress. America's crypto economy needs the Token Taxonomy Act. Capital formation in the USA is vital for U.S. leadership in this transformational space. And he's tweeting this tweet. Last year, President Xi, I believe you say, remarked that the value of blockchain is 10 times that of the internet. The Washington Post uncovers that China is way ahead of the U.S. on the tech that will underpin 21st century communications and security. And so they're talking about how China is so far ahead of the U.S. and this congressman. This is why the Congress is going to do what needs to be done, folks. They know it too. All right, from Sergeant Obi-Wan, how awesome is this? The New York Times is planning to experiment with blockchain publishing via CoinDesk. Newspapers getting in blockchain. Huge. So I went and looked at this article. And the first thing that's interesting here is this article is written from a job posting. This is the job posting. The New York Times had put a job posting. If you can't read that, I'll read the first line. The New York Times is looking for a forward-looking leader who will help envision and design a blockchain-based proof of concept for news publishers. The position is within the company's research and development division. And up here they note, this is an update. This article has been updated to note that the New York Times took down its job posting after publication. A screenshot of the posting has been added to this article. But anyway, you get the gist of it. What the New York Times needs to do is they need to contact Coil and learn how they can incorporate XRP into their advertising, so that they can use Coil and have fractional payments from people that are reading their publication, or offer that as an option. It's coil.com, I believe, New York Times, if you happen to be listening. Okay, I wanted to show you this. I had tweeted this out with one of my videos this morning. Remember, coinflex.com, they had just gotten investment from Polychain and the Digital Currency Group. And coinflex.com is the first physically delivered crypto futures exchange. So I congratulated them and asked them if they were going to add XRP futures to their platform. And they responded. And their response was right here. Great question. They said, great question. And they gave a wink from Doogie Howser. And I said, great answer. So they didn't say no. So it's the quote from Dumb and Dumber. So you're telling me there's a chance. Actually, I think there's more than a chance. Okay. This is just hilarious. This is from CoinDesk. An experiment pushing the boundaries of crypto payments. Bitcoin's lightning torch is suffering a stress test of channel liquidity due to its success. And then in this article, this was an experiment, as I recall, the way this lightning torch went, just for your information, is it would be like if I sent you a tiny amount of Bitcoin, and then your job is to turn around and send that Bitcoin along with a little bit more Bitcoin to another person of your choosing to see how far this chain goes until someone gets greedy and keeps it. And so I think they were doing that. It says they called that the lightning torch. It says, but in the process of passing the lightning torch from one person to another, each recipient adding value for each time. Users have brought to light a lesser-known problem with the Lightning Network itself. The problem is that when some users try to retrieve the torch, they find out they can't. Hashtag LNT Trust Chain, or LN Trust Chain, was designed as a social experiment, but due to overwhelming success, it turned into a stress test of channel liquidity, tweeted this enthusiast. This problem goes to the foundations of the Lightning Network, channels. To use Lightning, you need to put money into a channel with another person. Some of the money sits on your side of the channel and some on the other side. Or all of it might be on your side or vice versa. But say you're looking for money for your services, or in this example, you want the lightning torch. You need to have some money on the other side of the channel called income liquidity that your counterparty can then push to you. The problem is that liquidity isn't necessarily going to be there. So, and here's the funniest part of this, educating effect. Still, that isn't changing the fact that today the lightning torch is becoming too large for the network. Now that it contains $150. Are you kidding me? The lightning torch messed up the Lightning Network over $150. I mean, this doesn't get much funnier, folks. Does not get much funnier. I'm going to take you on to something a little more serious than the Lightning Network, and that is ErisX. This is from @TradeTalks. There's a video that they posted. This is the CEO of ErisX. And at the, let me look, it's about the 310 mark. I found out something that I think is news. And that is, I have thought, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe some of you knew this already, but I thought that I've read and been told all along that ErisX was kind of up in the air as far as being live, and that they were waiting on regulation. Well, that's half true. This guy says at the 310 mark, she asks him when ErisX is going to be live. He said that spot trading on ErisX is going to be live imminently, like any minute now. It's not the spot trading that's going to be done in the second half of the year. He said it's the futures that they're waiting on the regulatory approval for. spot trading is going to begin imminently. And that, for me, is the news. Maybe all of you knew that, but I didn't. So now, if you didn't know, you know. I'm a digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that ErisX spot trading will begin imminently. Thank you for listening.